GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So Fat Man, are we in high def now?
Oh, can't access my video.
It can't access your video? Well, fuck your video. Why don't we just talk in audio on the wrestling show? Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the Fat Man.
And welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Today, on every wonderful episode, we have the greatest hockey lover in the world, Ryan Williams. Is here
Remember,
today.
he left because he had mental breakdown?
Wow.
Wow.
We're starting off good. Ryan Williams is here.
Hey, yo. And before we get into anything else, after this weekend's scorecards, I'm surprised the two of you aren't fucking fighting.
Don't you fucking worry.
Not bad for two people who don't watch the product.
I agree with that, actually. That actually is a thing.
I would like to, I wish I had an award here. I would like to thank the Academy for my mouth of
the fuck
obvious
out of here.
WWE booking wrestling knowledge. And I would like to thank...
sir, if that was true, you would have won NXT too. But you didn't. So stop with your
I don't
shit.
watch it. What's NXT? What's that show? Never heard of that.
What's NXT?
What's NXT?
The AHL, no show, whatever.
It's whatever show. It's the show I won.
The funny thing is, I actually watched the Go
Put me
Home
over.
show.
Yeah, you watched the Go Home show so you could have an idea of what the fucking
and I lost.
Things were going on.
And I haven't watched Raw live in months, and I win. So
fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. And not just, I didn't just lose the next night, I was last. Like, fucking last.
I didn't even see the standings.
I was second
I just woke up. I just woke up to the Fat Man's the new champion. I'm like, okay.
And I'm bitching about putting over Fat Man as usual. You know,
I am the only
win a
Hall of Famer
title,
on the show.
drop it to Fat Man.
I'm the only Hall of Famer on the show.
That's fuck
For
you.
now.
For now. Yeah, so let's talk about that wonderful show. Not that wonderful show. The other wonderful show.
What the fuck is wrong with you? This is if you count WrestleMania's 2 nights, this has been at least the 4th straight premium live event that WWE has been knocking it out of the fucking park.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that I was comparing NXT to Hell in a Cell. Because they're both good shows. They were both good shows. Fat Man, I give it to you.
I didn't want to watch the pre-show.
I did. There was a whole lot of nothing.
There really was.
I don't.
Yeah, they were
I
just
didn't watch
talking
the
and
pre-show.
chatting it up.
Okay, so it starts with the triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defends against Becky Lynch and some Asian. 18 minutes and 55 seconds. Sleazy, or John Canton gave this 4 1/4. Sleazy, you're the women's wrestling enthusiast with an Asian fetish.
Okay, let's start with Wrong Kid Died.
Wrong.
I don't care what. No, fuck you.
It came out of your
Go
mouth,
fuck
so
yourself.
you're wrong.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Wrong Kid Died. Okay? That being said, I have missed Asuka. This was...
I mean, if you watch the fucking product, you'd be seeing her past couple of weeks.
Well, yeah, but... Okay.
Google images,
first and
bro. Google
foremost,
images.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But those two matches were not that amazing because they had to tell a different story. This was the three of them going fucking balls out, and which is amazing for three women. I get nothing. I get nothing anymore. Don't even get any sell. No, phenomenal match. Even though it was a triple threat match, they did great job in there. I give it 4. What do you call it? Give it 4 1/4?
Canton gave it 4.25.
I wouldn't go. I give it 4. I'm not sure if I can go above 4, but it's still a great way to open the match. And I missed you, Asuka. I really did.
Open the match. Cool. So you same rating piece of shit.
Open the card. Whatever.
The only reason Asuka was there to take the pin, we all knew that, because Vince McMahon hates agents. It's not obvious. Oh yeah, it was a great match.
It's a known fact.
I did like the storytelling at the end when Becky had the match won and Bianca stole it from her, and then they did like a little so with the way Becky's character is, where she's like, I'm gonna go back on this win streak and no one can beat me, and so technically she didn't lose the match, but she didn't win it either. So that keeps the Belair and Lynch storyline going.
It works. Cool. I hate it.
Ryan.
I thought, and Fed chill, here comes Ryan. What a fucking banger opener. When even Sleazy likes it, and regardless if it's women's or Asians or hermaphrodemic, it doesn't matter. Even Sleazy liked the 3-way. So, that'll tell you something there.
Yeah, he hates triple threat matches.
It's absolutely the truth.
And love this one.
His Asian fetish
regardless
showed a little
of
bit, but yeah.
A little bit, but this isn't the first
triple threat
match in, 3 months that he's openly said, this is fucking amazing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd agree.
All right.
And there was no Asian in the other one.
That's true. I mean, there wasn't mine.
Oh, no, never mind, maybe.
There was one in mine. Handicap match, Omos and MVP versus Black Lesnar. 8 minutes, 25 seconds. Ken gave this an okay match for a house show. Ryan.
I feel like I enjoyed this for what it was, but I don't look at wrestling as hard sometimes. You got 2 mountains and a past his prime MVP, and what they gave us, all right, well done. You've been telling the story since Mania over the past couple of months. You've been doing really good at it, really pushing it, and this was an effective, efficient 2-month feud at the end. Both people don't really look bad, because MVP was the one eating most of the pinfalls or the shenanigans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously MVP was taking that pin to protect Omos. It was fine. I agree with Ken. It was an okay match for a house show. It was what it needed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, what
proper dead match
rate it that high? Yeah, well, yeah. I wouldn't rate it that high, but you're absolutely right with everything else. I'd give it a star and a half. It just, whatever. Yeah. Otherwise, the exact right thing happened. MVP took the Hurt Lock. The only thing I was interested about was Cedric showing up. I liked that little wrinkle, but I also liked the promo later on in the night where Bobby's like, good for you, but don't fuck with my matches again.
Okay, did you watch that live?
Just enough to be like,
yes.
Huh?
So they cut that off the network. That was not on when I watched it.
Really?
Yep.
But they referenced it on Raw the next night. That exact.
It's weird, right?
That moment that's cut from the network.
It was not on the network. They cut it. And they cut part of the Cody Rhodes Rollins lead up. They cut part of that off too. So that was weird.
That is kind of weird.
Okay. Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel Elias. 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Ken gave this 3 stars. How great is Kevin Owens?
Okay, I joked. Okay, let me start here, though. I joked about the wrong kid dying in the first match. Legitimately, the wrong kid died here.
No.
100%.
I did pick Ezekiel to win.
No.
But the more I thought about it, the more it's like it was a TV program for Owens after Austin. Give him something to do. Now we're going into Money in the Bank. So
it absolutely should have been a little shenanigan-y. It didn't have to be clean, but Zeke should have won.
This is the
Ryan,
benefit now. Recording 2 days later, and then
I was going to say, Ryan, tell
wrong if that's what you're.
Yeah, tell Sleazy how wrong he is.
You know what? Fuck both of you.
You are wrong because again, back to the benefit of recording on a Tuesday and airing on a Saturday, and watching the fucking product. forever and a day, watch product. If we film these shit the night of the pay-per-view, I can understand and maybe even justify most of the jaded market shit get on with. But if you don't watch the product, you don't see the progression of Owens needed to win at the pay-per-view. They're fighting next week on Raw, so even if Ezekiel Elias gets the fucking win back, it's not on the pay-per-view. Most people, like you fuckhead, and knowledgeable people as well that know stuff about wrestling, you'll watch pay-per-views, you won't watch the weekly television. So why wouldn't you put Owens over on the pay-per-view? Same time, I also had Ezekiel win the scorecard, so what the fuck do I know?
I did too, but also, more people are going to watch it on a Raw than they are on the fucking Premium Live event, so...
No, not anymore.
Well...
They logically look at the number of viewers of Peacock compared to the number of viewers of television now. And that's true. And it's the way it is, logically speaking. If that's something that can pop up real quick on Peacock, now I don't know how Peacock works, but as a man who has the network through his cable provider and access to the real WWE network through the website through my cable provider, I mean, that logic there alone, there's more eyes going to watch pay-per-view now than there is going to watch Monday Night Raw.
I also hate you.
Why?
Because you're Canadian.
Hey, stop stealing my shit.
VPN that shit, mother. VPN that shit, mother trucker.
We're jingoistic motherfuckers over here.
I would say, self-mark moment. I re-listened to the podcast last week. I was showing somebody something. And then my tangent about Keith Lee, and I was really eloquent about it.
That was probably one of the longest episodes we've done in a long time.
Well, we talked about a show that was 18 years long. Longer than Supercard of Honor.
Yes, it was. I'm not saying it didn't deserve that treatment. I'm just saying that it's rare that we do a nearly 2-hour show now.
The Judgment Day versus AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Liv Morgan. 16 minutes even. Kent gave us 3 3/4. Wait, I forgot to say it. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I fucking do.
Okay, go ahead.
I think this was their attempt at showing the boys who did Anarchy in the Arena how to do a multi-person match with a lot of shit on the outside and not have to use many weapons to do it and still call it an intergender match. And it's not an intergender match. It's an intergender match. You know what I mean? Like, because even I read articles growing up, coming up to the pay-per-view, they're like, these people are doing a rare match. And then I started thinking about it. How often are men and women in the same matches all the time? Over the course of a year. We had that 24/7 nonsense, but it's hard pressed to count that and for the style of what it is, but for the generalization of men and women in the same match, don't happen very often. Not in WWE anyways.
Okay. What do you think of the overall match?
Oh, overall match was fucking great. Scorecard wise, because this is the only real thing I got to add on this stuff, I had Priest pinning AJ because I thought that Balor was turning at pay-per-view and joining Judgment Day. But apparently I was off by like 24 hours.
Sucks so bad. It's the time difference in Canada is what it is. I had Priest pinning Balor. Yeah, it was a really good match, and that's all I really put because I was just in a fucking rush trying to get this show done. I was just like, really good match. Ryan's doing something. So, I don't know, take a picture of dick it look like. But OnlyFans.
Taking a picture of a dick.
OnlyFans. So.
OnlyFans.com/The Wrestling Show.
Match.
Well, I look high.
What in the... Okay, I don't know what's going on in the Wrestling Show chat.
Check our chat while Fat Man talks about the match.
I just said it was really good. That's all I put. So.
Oh, okay.
I agree. I thought it was pretty good too. But at the end of the day, it's decent. It was a decent match for a 6-man / woman. It just it was a match that existed.
So we've been kind of saying this WrestleMania, or my stoner brain remembers us saying this way. So correct me if I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, I appreciate it and I'll take it. But as this whole Edge and AJ thing seemed underwhelming because we expect more out of them.
I 100% agree with that.
Like, I don't hate it, but I'm just like...
Yeah, it's in our minds thinking it's Edge, it's AJ Styles. These should be banger matches. when really
And they're not terrible.
Edge
and they're not really bad.
I think Edge has to change his style so he doesn't get, because of his neck. So I think he's working on a style that is a little bit more safer. If you can agree with me on that? No, don't agree.
I mean, yeah.
I get it. It was and in the same breath, my mind said things back to Triple H when he come back in that 02 to 05 run. How his style changed up.
Roydy Magoo era?
The what?
The Roydy Magoo era?
Yeah, kind of. When he was running Evolution, he was jacked, but like his style changed. Like after having some injuries, so he was wrestling a different pace and a different style. Like I think that's what Edge is going through now. But like now, I finally think back of Triple H running Evolution and going, "This was great TV, and we didn't appreciate it." And now I feel like I'm in the same boat here with the Edge AJ feud.
I think you can shove AJ in that boat too, because while you can get a great match out of AJ, I doubt you're going to get a 5-star classic these days, if nothing else, because he's just trying to get longevity out of his career at this. Like maybe you'll get one performance a year where he's like, I'm going to fucking go balls to the wall. Let's do this. But for the most part, he's just going to kind of put a great match together, but not amazing.
So he's got a Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura themselves when it comes up to contract renewal.
He just signed a contract.
I don't think he's signing another contract.
He just signed one.
Yeah, I don't think he's signing another one after this.
I don't think he's signing another performer.
Fair.
You telling me Triple H down there now of AJ when he's done? AJ could. Shawn Michaels goes, "Oh, AJ's doing nothing and wants to help me train people." He's not gonna grab him.
Right. No, fuck him. He's gonna show up on a random Impact date.
I hope you step on a wheel.
Oh, whoa. Okay. I got speculation, and I want to talk about this now. You said Impact. Since Ryan and I watched the product,
yeah.
Who do you think the two other Impact people?
The fuck watches Impact?
In that, I think one of them is definitely going to be Daniels.
I thought it was going to be Daniels and Kazarian because they're connected.
Well, yeah, Kazarian's there. That's what I'm saying. Daniels, and for some reason,
yes, I agree that makes sense.
Yeah,
now.
Okay. For some reason, I don't know why I got this in my fucking smarky head. I can see Styles showing up for that match. I can see Styles showing up for that match. I don't think it will happen, but I can see it happen.
But WWE and Impact have been a lot better lately. I'll just go back to the Mickey James thing. You haven't really seen much of a sense, but anybody that thinks WWE needs to do that are fucking tough. WWE don't give a They really don't. But they don't need to. Boatloads of money coming in. What? Idiots like us on the internet talking about it every week. Like, they know what they're doing. I really like your idea, because I can't see him saying no. AJ, want to go for a match? Oh, yeah, let's, like...
Or be like, we have Mickey James in the Rumble. We want Styles
fucking
anniversary.
There's zero chance that's happening.
There's got to be
chance Mickey James is going to be in the Rumble at one point.
Yeah.
0% chance that AEW
Negative 14
is going to be on Broken Skulls. Like,
I can give you 3 names that are much more likely.
Joe.
4 names that were much more likely.
Joe.
It's in that same era, though. Homicide would absolutely be one. Hernandez would be another. Low Key would be another. Amazing Red would be. Those 4 are still more likely than AJ Styles.
Actually,
and Amazing Red has been retired for 3 years.
Actually, I disagree. Surprise, surprise. I think there's a better chance in Styles showing up to that than any of them. I'm not saying that any of them wouldn't do it, or they wouldn't reach out, or they could possibly be it, but I think there's a better chance of Styles doing it. I think they want a person from 2002. I was going to say from 2002 in the beginning on that show, or
then
it could be Jeff Jarrett.
It could be Jeff Jarrett, but I doubt he's doing it.
Even though he works for WWE now, but
WWE has always honored people that if they had commitment to let them do it. I've never heard of WWE not doing that in the past. Well, I mean, they used to, but like, I haven't heard about it since.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't, but I don't know. I think Low Key would be a better option, honestly.
Now, if you watch the product, you would
If you watch the product, they're looking at somebody from 2002. Who
No,
was
they're
in
not
the
looking at
first
someone from
fucking-
2002. They're looking at someone who has been in Impact that has a connection to the people that are already in the match.
And Low-Key doesn't?
Not
He doesn't have
really.
a connection to Zarian. No.
It's a 10-man. Okay, Sleazy. Hold on, Sleazy. The match is a 10-man tag. Eddie Edwards, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, PCO, and Vincent versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Frankie Kazarian, and 2 other names who must be, not that, like, this is what it says, they must be former or current Impact Wrestling.
And Low-Key isn't?
Low-Key
Look at
doesn't
the
have a
names,
connection
though.
with them.
Low-Key's not really connected to those AP.
Put LAX in there then. Whatever.
Oh, what if it's Davey Richards?
It could be Davey Richards. It absolutely could be Davey
One of them
Richards.
is 100% Daniels. 100% is going to be Daniels.
It's got to be Daniels. It's
just
so,
the other one.
So you're looking at a random singles guy.
No,
And
shouldn't be a random singles guy. They should get Big Bob, Bobby Roode, and they can reform Team fucking Ego.
I mean,
Austin
they could
Aries.
also do James Storm.
Austin Aries.
I was
Oh,
thinking
fuck
that, and I
you.
didn't want to say it out loud.
I said it.
Fuck your ass.
Well, let's
Just
get back
Fuck
to
Austin Aries.
Okay. Cool. Actually, this helps me segue into this comment. This little aspect of what we just did, talking about Impact, call it a promotional video. I don't hate the fact that
We call it a
WWE does this.
tangent.
Sucks for the guy in the ring, but I don't hate that they do it. Somebody walks down to the ring and then there's like a 5 or 10 minute package, or then there's a commercial when you're on TV, but you'll get like recaps and stuff. I don't hate that because it gives me time to go do stuff, because now I know that's going to take 5 or 10 minutes. I can go fuck around. Oh, they're doing their entrance. Well, I got 15 minutes to match start. If I want to go do something, if I want to grab sessions, if I want to go to my fridge, if I want to have a smoke, they've helped me break up the time in match so much better now, I find. That's just me. What about you? Oh, I'm sorry, you don't watch the product. I don't know why I asked.
I don't watch the product.
I'm used to the WWE breaking that up, and then we used to bitch and complain about it. But all the other shows go match, 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 which in theory sounds great. You got match after match after match, but you get burnt out quick.
Yep.
At least I do.
Well, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing is that you're intentionally putting a match out there that people are going to immediately walk away from doing it that way.
Yeah.
Whereas when you put filler and bullshit in between the matches, you give people a chance to go to the bathroom. You get a chance to get the popcorn. You get a chance to fuck around and jack off
Spend
with
more
your buddies
money
for a while.
by merchandise.
I wasn't going to say that because I don't like putting over the merch, but whatever.
That's true.
By the way, you can go to our Teespring store at teespring.com/thewrestling show.
Okay, now back to Hell in the Cell. Ryan and I had to get our Impact Jones in. No holds barred match. Happy Corbin versus Cat Moss. 12 minutes and 5 seconds. Ken gave this 2 3/4.
What an underrated piece of shit. What a deadly fucking match. Can I get quick?
Sleazy.
What in the fuck were you watching?
You didn't like this? Why not?
I wasn't a huge fan of it. I have a problem with they haven't done enough to establish Madcap Moss as his own entity.
Yeah. Almost like they don't do 2 hours doing stuff. Just watch them.
He does one promo in black trunks. One promo, black trunks. That's it.
Batman, can you
Watch the product.
Oh, go fuck yourself. There's my
it's
answer
not
to that.
go fuck yourself. The two of them have been teamed up forever. And if you watch the fucking products, you'd see the progression of their group and then their split and then everything that they've done and Corbin put like.
Well, thank God I missed the whole fucking barbershop moment, okay?
Good. Fucking
I don't give a fuck. It doesn't mean anything to me. And that's probably why I didn't care about the match.
Because you don't watch the product.
It's not like I haven't been watching this shit. I just haven't been emotionally invested in it. And it probably was and I will give you guys your due in saying that if I was probably more emotionally invested in the angle, I probably would have been more emotionally invested in the match itself. But I wasn't, so I didn't. So I don't care. It's not bad. It's a warm bowl of water, but it wasn't anything that blew my socks off.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a deadly match, but it was a good match, and it did what it needed to do. Put over Madcap Moss. I gave it 3 stars. It was a good match. It served its purpose.
It was a cold bowl.
United States Championship.
That's how deadly it was?
Austin Theory defends against Mustafa Ali. Oh shit! I don't have the time on this. I didn't write it down. I'm sorry, but it Ken gave this 3 and
scorecard reference time again. So I do the scorecard. I don't really pay attention and don't use my brain about anything like that. And I'm watching it like hometown Mustafa Ali, and I went fuck because I figured I was being really cheeky, and I picked Ali by disqualification. Theory doesn't lose the belt. They give Ali a big win on pay-per-view to help do something with it. Then I heard hometown and almost cried. I was like, everything I picked about this match is going to be right.
Yep. The only thing that didn't happen was him to be even more humiliated by a slop bucket or something. It happens every fucking time. Hometown hero? Fuck your hometown hero.
Don't be a champion and go home.
cool, good match. Right kid died.
I would agree with that. I would have liked them to pull the trigger on Ali, but they've got so much invested in Theory that there was no doubt in who was winning this.
This goes back to the initial scorecard logic of Ali winning by disqualification. Doesn't hurt anybody and helps both. You know, because WWE does fucking disqualifications all the time. And enough that they're fucking sensical and not do none for 3 years and then do 6 months.
Hell in the Cell. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. 24 minutes, 21 seconds. Can't give this 4.5.
Do you want me to give Baron Corbin and Madcap Moss their due? What was the single most over moment of the entire night? Anyone remember?
Me. When I came out.
Only because I put you
man.
Fucking over, you fucking mark.
The $6 man came out.
Rollins.
By the way, I'm entering that battle. I've already entered the Battle Royal for Wednesday. And
for the Dynamite? Yeah.
And I won it because I can't take a bump over the top rope.
Okay,
because I'm the $6 man.
Somehow
so I'm going, and then I beat.
A review at the same time, and fuck my head.
Isn't it great?
Because it's a spoiler now, but when people listen to it as a review, you know what I mean? Fuck mess with. It's like how the Freebirds won the tag team titles 6 days after they lost.
Right? That's phenomenal.
No, again, what a fucking outfit, what an entrance start, what a match, what a story. This is my front runner for wrestler match.
I can't argue with that, even though I do think their Backlash match better. But due to the circumstances, it was a great match. Great effort by Cody. Obviously, that Bruce was just fucking deadly. Was in a lot of pain. He worked through it. And the difference between this situation and the Jeff Hardy situation was they worked this match so smart that, yes, Cody took bumps, but he protected himself. He didn't do much heavy lifting. Rollins, literally the heavy lifting, Rollins did it, and Rollins protected him as much as he could. While Hardy was just doing balls to the wall shit, fucked up.
You knew this was going to be an epic match. Rollins failed.
And that was, I slow clapped. And Sean, I was at my buddy's house watching this early, because I finished this tonight. I slow clapped, and I was watching my buddy Sean, and he goes, "Why are you slow clapping?" I'm like, brilliant. Never changed Seth Rollins. Never changed.
Never.
It's fucking awesome. 4 3/4. I still think their Backlash
What
match
though? What was it missing? And you gave a match 5 stars this year. What was this missing? What was it missing?
A little bit better. Feel. Like, I felt like their Backlash match was better. You know, like, that's just an opinion. So, I mean, I probably could go 5 stars, but I'm going to be that dick and not, because I am a dick. All right.
Wow, fat man being a dick.
Well, what else is new?
So as I was getting back to the point I was making about Madcap Moss, is they were chanting so fucking hard for that table to come out in the Madcap Moss match. And they didn't, because they knew, and thank God, some agent was like, don't use fucking tables. They're using them in the main. it made that moment and both moments with the tables in the main event that much more special. And you have to give props to WWE about that, because if you look at the other side of the coin in AEW, shit like that constantly happens. Where third match in, they're doing 15 table spots, and the main event's also doing table spots, and the fifth match is doing table spots, and nobody's talking to each other about their matches. It makes the matches themselves okay, but it makes the entire card kind of weird. And it does do some damage to the main event. In this case, because they were smart about it, it got them one of the biggest pops of the night, if not the biggest pop of the night, once they pulled the table out. And let's be perfectly frank here. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins work really well together. They work really well together, on top of the fact that they immediately had 24-hour notice of a huge piece of a brand new storyline arc right built into the match. Cody Rhodes is fucking injured. What will he do? Can he actually wrestle? Blah, 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 blah. It brought an emotion out that is so hard to capture in professional wrestling as a whole. And WWE knocked it out of the fucking park. Specifically, Rollins and Cody knocked it right the fuck out of the park. Absolutely 5 stars. Probably, I'll probably say the best Hell in a Cell match in 5 years. It was absolutely phenomenal, and I can't fault any bit of it. I
You
really
just
can't.
explaining that, I just bumped it up to 5 stars. You explaining that whole thing. Looks fuck
For
right.
once,
that was
I'm not full of shit.
But no, you explained it perfectly. I'm like, okay, I can't. I'll go 5. That's, and Cody Rhodes, it's sad. He's on the best run of his career. I don't care what anyone says. He was stringing matches with Rollins. And I think I said, I don't know if I said in the chat or I said it on here, that Cody Rhodes needs to come and have some adversity. That's why I didn't think he was winning Money in the Bank. I didn't realize the adversity would be through an injury, and he comes back right around the Royal Rumble. The shit books itself.
I mean,
He's winning the
yeah,
Rumble.
because he's going to be out 3 to 5 months.
6 months.
From what I've heard, 6 months?
6 months.
6 months.
There was rumors and innuendo it was 3 to 5. I don't know. 6 months makes it a perfect Rumble return.
In the Rumble 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Come out in TLC. Yo, dog, I heard you like Royal Rumble. I like Royal Rumble. I'm going into the Royal Rumble.
I mean, I already won a Battle
And then
Royal
goes back
speak.
down.
So, overall thoughts
Fuck
on the
you.
show? WWE, dude, AEW is 3rd right now. And I don't give a shit what anyone says at me, bro. AEW is the 3rd promotion right now.
Behind
This-
WWE and Impact?
Yes.
I'd proudly say
As far
that.
as in-ring
I
product,
get into fights with
yes.
people.
like, Double or Nothing was so fucking long. This was 2 hours and 52 minutes, and it didn't feel like I needed a break.
Well,
You
it
know,
was
I
like,
had to split it up because I was doing shit, but, like, it was perfectly timed. There were
that-
7 matches on this show.
There we
Go
go.
ahead,
That's what I
Brandon,
was going to bring up. No, what I was going to say was, like WrestleMania Backlash, 6 matches, 4 were bangers, 2 were all right. Great fucking pay-per-view. 7 matches, 1, in my opinion, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches were fucking phenomenal, with one of them being the fucking match of the year so far, with 2 other matches that were like, well, they happened, but like, they served their purpose. Logically speaking, my brain says another fantastic fucking WWE premium live event.
They're learning from what made NXT so great. They had 5 matches. They were 2 hours-ish, and they just, there you go. Here it is. Voila. And they're really starting to stick to that. I'm liking that.
I'm okay with WrestleMania being like 4 hours long, and SummerSlam and the Rumble and Money in
The
the
Rumble
Bank.
got to
You're
be
not
4
Survivor
hours long.
Series
So 2
now.
Rumble matches, 2 hours alone.
Yeah, so it has to be. But I'm okay with those. But these like throwaway shows or non-big 4, because I don't consider Survivor Series a big paper. Those need to be a tight 3 hours long, and they have been, and it's great. Easy to get. They need to start at 7 also. Be over by 10.
Oh, that's because you're old.
I'm very old. But still.
Fuck that.
But
8
still,
to 11's fine.
But they did do 7 to 10 before, and it was fine. With the network, it really doesn't matter what time you air it. But I think 7 to 10 is a better window, to be honest.
Here's my opinion. It doesn't
matter.
As long
8
as
to 11 is fine. But
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I sat down and watched this live for probably this is the first live pay-per-view that I've watched on TV since
I was going to say.
Yeah.
We were at the last one.
Yeah, we went to the last one.
So.
But just the feeling of sitting down, crack open a soda, watch it, feel like that I wasn't like over. No, it was a real soda. It wasn't a beer. And feeling like I was satisfied at the end of it means that this is the sweet spot. 4.5 hours of wrestling, 4 hours and 40 minutes. Hashtag Johnny Moose. It's getting to the point where that's too long. I'm sorry.
If those matches on Double or Nothing were good, which some of them were great. But even if all those matches were good, it's still too long. For most of those matches being meh, it just made the show feel even longer.
Yeah. And we talked about this before when we did the last couple of WrestleManias live. And that was that there gets to be a point where you just it doesn't matter how much you love professional wrestling, you get burned out. You get burned out of the experience, you get burned out of the traveling between the shows, you get burned out of the actual matches that aren't always the best. And it usually, even on a good day, it's usually no more than 7 hours. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. These are TV shows. We're watching at 4.5, 5 hours, 5.5 hours. It's just plain too long. I'm just getting burned out. And I love professional. I really do.
You know what kind of helps for me? I do like watching NXT on Hulu because they don't cut it. And there's no commercials. For me, at least.
Yeah.
They kind of slack putting SmackDown on because SmackDown's normally not on until like Saturday night on Hulu. But I have Impact Plus. They don't have commercials. AEW I normally watch on the TBS app. They actually add in more commercials. So I got to find a non-commercial. They'll be like, "We'll be back in 90 seconds," and I'll get like 5 minutes of ads on the app. So it's kind of like trying to find. Watching it without commercials helps because it breaks down. It cuts off some time, and you get the action right away, and you're like, okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Just watching him, but I get it. Well, I like when Ryan says watch the product. I get burnt out too. Like I do, and that's why I kind of like just read what happens. And Ryan could be the guy who watches every week and he loves it, and great for Ryan, and that's awesome. I'll go stretches where I'm like that for 4 months and be like, I am done. I just need to sit back. I just need to just watch the big shows and I'll read about the rest. That's just me. I'm trying to get better at that, though.
That's why I always like to pitch that. While too, like working on people's lives, and I get it. I'm lucky enough that for me, WWE and AEW and Impact was every night of the week, one of them around for me. I work, I get home. What am I doing for 2 hours? I don't like watching a movie. I'm going to watch wrestling. You know what I mean? That way about it. But I find if you can't watch live, you can't do commercials. YouTube thing I've always brought up. There's a YouTube channel that tip every down with like a half an hour, 40 minutes. They'll take out every single entry, like every single dead second that doesn't help tell you the story told. They're going to cut out. So you're watching it that way. So I know there's avenues for people to watch the fucking product that don't want to invest all the time into watching the fuck. I feel like I look
great,
like
but at the same time, I want to know what I watch the product, know what's all going on. If they're cutting it down to 30 minutes, are they covering every storyline and every feud?
No, they're cutting the. They're cutting the needless entrance time. You know what I mean? When you think of a show as 2 hours, including commercials, cutting it down to 30 minutes. That they're taking the commercials out that are airing. They're taking the entrance time. Like they're taking stuff out that you don't need technically if you just want to watch a quick review.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, this is a good time to actually take a quick break. We'll be back after this. Well, folks, we're back. Ryan has decided to be less high?
Yeah, that's not.
No, that can't be
Impossible. That ain't gonna.
That's not. That's
There's
not.
there's never a less high with Ryan. There's always a more high.
Right?
I gotta work on it.
Oh, well, in that case. Fat Man, I assume it is time for our favorite segment, News and Room.
So we're gonna do these live, guys. Danielson, Brian Danielson's reportedly hurt. There was speculation he had a concussion. He did not have a concussion. He was pulled from a meet and greet in New Bedford, Massachusetts. I stayed there one of the last times I was in Massachusetts. He was injured. Rumors circulating Danielson had a concussion. They're not telling you what it is. It's like he's just banged up. And they said the same thing about Adam Cole. He's hurt. He'll be out until Forbidden Door, but they're not telling you what. They're just like, he's hurt. He's banged up. And and then I guess Punk needed surgery. It was the only option, or else his foot wouldn't heal. So what I'm thinking he has, what I actually had it's called a Liz Frank break, to where your bones are like this. I don't know. This is an audio or video podcast yet. News on that later. Like this, and either breaks like up or breaks down, where the bones are actually broken and it sits on top of each other. And sometimes surgery is needed to replace it. Mine did not need surgery, but some breaks like that do. So I'm wondering if that's what happened.
Do they know exactly when it happened? It was just during the match on Dynamite?
They just said on Dynamite. I'm wondering if it was when he did that, try to like slingshot it in and he slipped. Or if he didn't do that.
That's possible.
Talked about Matt Cardona being hurt of that. Sweet.
Yeah, just before the pay-per-view that's named after him.
Isn't
that always fucking... That literally happens every fucking time. If you have a major star and you bring them in and you name the show after him, I guarantee you 95% of the time they're not showing up or they get hurt before the show.
That outshow mud law bullshit.
Okay,
yep.
So, talk about Punk getting hurt. Obviously, he got hurt. He's not forfeiting the title. So the winner of last Wednesday's show will face Moxley on that show. Going to be taped for Dynamite.
So you fought fucking Moxley is what you're saying, dickhead.
Yeah, I fought Moxley. And I won. So now the winner of the Goto Tanahashi match at Dominion will face me at Forbidden Door to be the interim AEW World Champion.
Okay, I'm into Goto versus Fat Man.
Tanahashi versus Fat Man would be better.
Tanahashi can get a 3-star match out of Fat Man, but Goto would beat the shit out of him. So my pick's Goto.
But in all seriousness, it's going to be Moxley Tanahashi, right? Moxley Tanahashi.
It has to be. It has to be. Moxley always wanted to face him too. So
unless MJF wins the Battle Royal.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
See, the way they set it up, if they had the winner of the Battle Royal face Tanahashi, I'd be like, MJF is clearly winning. But since they got to go and wrestle Moxley, Moxley, it could work.
So
I guess
yeah,
it could
so
work.
you're going to immediately question it.
Wait a second here. No.
I was questioning it for a little bit, and then I'm like, you got to go wrestle again. Well, that will even piss Tony Khan off even more because you won 2 matches in one night. So I guess, yeah, they can make it work.
And to become the interim world champion. So you're not the world champion yet.
Yeah. And then they did announce that whenever Punk comes back, he'll be facing the winner of the interim world championship, whoever that may be, when Punk comes back.
So who would you rather be? Tanahashi, Moxley, MJF?
To be MJF. But if it's between Moxley and Tanahashi, I want Tanahashi. That would be different.
It's got to be Tanahashi. It's 100% going to be Tanahashi. Because they're going to do the Punk Tanahashi thing.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. And what a better way to guarantee that match than to put it on Tanahashi.
And the way that could be at All Out, too.
Mm-hmm. So Tanahashi beats Moxley. Mm-hmm. Oh, now we're really
let's talk about the number one contender, Jon Moxley. How is this motherfucker not the number one contender?
Oh, about that whole spiel that happened?
Yeah.
So before when and they do this every week. So Tony Khan, and I'll give him a Tony Khan this time because he tried to explain it in a way that wasn't Dixie Khan. The rankings for AEW always come out before Wednesday's Dynamite. So before Wednesday's Dynamite, Wardlow was 1, blah blah blah. Jon Moxley was 4. Apparently, the reason Jon Moxley was 4th is because he was on his way down the ranking, which is true, because he was doing the tag team thing. As he was climbing the tag team rankings, obviously his singles rankings are going to go down. Before he started the tag team, he had multiple singles wins over very good opponents. Wednesday night, he joined back into the singles division, and his win over Daniel Garcia in the main event of Dynamite made everybody realize Tony Khan come up with this record, blah, blah, blah. As per Reddit, Buddy did Buddy did a quality of opponents versus matches, and he did a formula that if Adam Cole wasn't hurt and was able to wrestle, Adam Cole technically is the number 1 contender in the ranking system for how everything breaks down. Funny enough that Adam Cole is hurt, Moxley is actually the number 1 contender through the system that Adam Cole is hurt. So they changed it right before Friday. It's weird for them to put out 2 rankings in a week. That's why.
Okay. And that's probably where I was going to go with this, is that why isn't Adam Cole number 1 contender? But Fat Man's already said why. He's hurt.
Yep. But he's hurt for only 1 or 2 weeks and will be available after it. So, I mean,
just long enough to miss this ranking.
According to, not Dave Meltzer, Business Insider article by Claire Atkinson, Stephanie McMahon was asked by her father to take a leave of absence. Oh, wait. According to...
Fuck Dave Meltzer!
That is not the case. That she...
I need to get that into a soundbite.
What, fuck Dave Meltzer?
What, the Ers or the fuck Dave Meltzer?
The fuck Dave Meltzer.
Sorry. Apparently it was Stephanie McMahon had hundreds of millions of dollars in sponsorships, but that never materialized, and that's why Vince asked her to take a leave of absence. Absence. They said they weren't seeing any growth. Bullshit.
What the fuck is that
this person. This isn't Meltzer. This is a business article. Oh wow.
What,
that's fucked up. Meltzer's actually defending. It said Business Insider. Is the name of it.
Oh, even better. Them high quality things.
So Meltzer's actually being like, no, she actually did take a leave of to be with her family.
Yeah.
Meltzer's calling out people saying it's bullshit. Then
that's a whole new realm of low. I didn't even think we could get this far down. And here's a shocker. I 100% agree with Meltzer.
Obviously, we talked about Balor, alluded to Balor joining the Judgment Day. Ed, obviously, the part-timer now, wants to spend some time with his family this summer. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Cody's having surgery, or had surgery on Wednesday.
Did you dedicate the Royal Rumble to Cody?
When you dedicate it?
I think you won the Battle Royal, like your face fucking your go over Tanahashi door. Pay the fucking attention. This is your product. Watch your own product.
But why would I honor him?
Because he's paved the way for you to win this battle royal, you fucking Mark.
Fucking idiot.
All future promotional spots and advertisements for MJF apparently have been pulled, and this is due to his promo he cut on Tony Khan, calling him a fucking mark. Thank you, MJF. Because you're 100% true, Tony Khan is nothing but a fucking mark.
So what is the best heel, Fat Man? No, wait. What is the best heel?
Heel tells the truth.
You're right, but you're a dick about it.
Heel tells the truth. And that's according to Warner Media. They want him off TV promotion.
Fucking, it's all full of shit.
Apparently,
they're not even one company yet.
Double or Nothing did 140,000 pre-orders.
I feel like you're not just stretching.
This makes no sense because I haven't read any of this. Like I said, it's live. This makes no sense for WWE or for Double or Nothing in WrestleMania. Also claims the crossover between WWE and AEW was low, just 3.2% of watch both events. Well, yeah, because only 140,000 watched Double or Nothing when like 5 million watched fucking WrestleMania? Of course.
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Power.
For people watching this live, all one of you, this is what happens when we do live news.
I do not do OnlyFans, but Mick Foley's daughter Noelle opened one up. I will fucking buy that.
She's not doing anything else the rest of aren't doing. I mean, like, she's wearing very fucking little, and it's appreciated in my eye.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Pass, not Asian.
That's basically. Do. He's coming back.
To the day, actually, his 20th anniversary is that Monday Night Raw that he's coming back is the 20 years to the day.
Yep.
Really?
So there's a rumor going around that Cesaro will
CSRO.
eventually be signed with WWE.
Of course he will. There's no reason he isn't.
He's
Other than the
supposed
fact
to
that he
be
wants
the
to do some
first
other
male
stuff.
model for Mac to.
And he's also got his own line of coffee out there. And he's doing a shit ton with Twitch. And Cesaro is just an entrepreneur. Just because he does wrestling doesn't mean he has a huge love for entrepreneurship. You know, and that's just the reality of who he is. And I love that about him. And he's funny as fuck. If you've never watched his Twitch, go watch his Twitch. It's phenomenal.
How many times can you say the word Twitch when we haven't said it in like forever? Wonder why that is. Sammy Guevara and Tay Conte got engaged in Paris. So
only Sammy Guevara can get engaged
Berlin?
twice in 10 months.
Jay White is apparently done with Impact, quote, for the time being.
Yeah, okay.
He's going back to fucking Japan.
Yeah, he's gonna win the IWGP title at fucking Dominion.
Isn't that happening this weekend?
Yes.
When is Dominion? Is it this
12th.
weekend?
Yeah.
12th this weekend.
Late night.
It's tomorrow.
Thank you, Chip, for your New Japan.
Thank you, Chip, for your New Japan.
Come on.
He's like, thank you. I'm not going to say what it is. Okay, go ahead. I can't find anything else. Go ahead.
Okay. So, in your house, the first of two WWE Supercards scorecards this weekend saw a brand new WWE champion crown. Sleazy, with 70 points, won the scorecard. Scorecard, you were paying attention enough. You know, the scorecard was relatively close all night. 6 matches kind of kept it a little bit here and there. Round out the top 5 was Denver Peters, Al Barrett, Batman, and myself. Chip finished 1 point behind me. We had Frosty, Warren, and Pete dead fucking last. What I very much enjoy about this, NXT was an enjoyable show. We didn't really touch on it, but everybody agreed. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Is for Sleazy to still be the WWE champion, he had to have also won Hell in a Cell. If not, he was having a one-day title reign, which Batman so graciously stole from him in the heat of the night. And to be fucking fair, when you were on those scorecards. Like, you had one with 14, one with 13, and 2 with 17. So when you were right, you fucking hit it hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I'd like to thank the multitude of fans.
I want to ask if you remember at what point, because I enjoyed. So this went Batman won with 95, Parody got 90, Al got 86, Riley Pulitzer, new one on our team, got 85, and then blah 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 blah. I finished 9th with 72, and Sleazy finished 10th. So
dead last.
Yeah, dead last. So Sleazy went from first to worst. At one point during this scorecard, we had a 5-way tie for first.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember. And it was like deep into the card, too.
Everybody was, Batman, you ended with 95 points. The 5-way tie, everybody had 51 at that point.
Oh.
Like, this was to the fucking end. And I enjoyed both cards this weekend on the scorecard because, one I did suck and one I did.
The one that everyone sucked on is the one I won. Fucking marks.
I also want to throw in for the end of the show that the Slammiversary card is opening in about 200 hours, and there's so much pressure on myself to win the 4th Impact card in a row So much so that I've joined other scorecard teams and I've won their Impact card now. So I'm like,
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk into Impact, take your fucking title, walk
Like,
out.
fuck, you'll finish. He'd be like, fuck, you'll finish. I'll pin you with mine.
I'm going to be
So, Sleazy mentioned Loki.
Insufferable.
So, Sleazy mentioned Loki. What a perfect guy to add to that Ultimate X match.
Yeah,
They got to
he's
add
not
another.
the 10
Going to add another member.
Yeah, I just wouldn't add it to the 10-man.
Yeah, I want to add him to the
that's
10 man,
fair.
but I put him in the Ultimate X.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
We're getting fucked.
Because Jack Evans is in it, which is weird.
Right?
What?
That's it for news and rumors and all the fun stuff?
Yep, that's it. Like, I don't.
Excellent.
But I do got a paper to do paper toss with.
Yay! Because when he does the paper toss, I get to say, fuck Reddit, fuck you, Max, on Reddit, fun and the rest of the show on Reddit. At the rest.
Awesome. I'm at TW Sleazy.
You know this Fat Man.
And the show is at Sleazy Fat Man on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us on TikTok at The Wrestling Show. And spoiler, well, not really a spoiler anymore. I guess we can say it now. We're now on Twitch. So starting in September, once I'm actually back where I should be in the shithole of America, New Jersey.
My stomach literally just turned, said New Jersey.
Right.
I'm not even joking. It did.
We are actually going to start doing these shows live on Twitch. Tuesday nights at approximately 6:30. You'll get the notification. You can find us. Please subscribe to our channel. Follow our channel at twitch.tv/Sleazy and the Fat Man. So that's brand new. If you guys are listening to this right as this episode comes out hot and fresh, check us out at the Podcast Precinct. We will be there at 6 p.m. for Pro Wrestling Video Game Night, sponsored by Game Heads United.
Can't wait. Nipples are hard.
Oh, I am going to enjoy it. Almost didn't think I was going to make it at one point, but whatever. You can find our show, as well as everybody else, with Gear Network at gearnetwork.com. You can get this episode and every episode of ours right 8 a.m. every Saturday morning, wherever you get your favorite podcast. That's pretty much it for the show. So with thanks to Ryan and thanks to Chip, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight, and as always, for Sleazy,
For the Fat Man.
this is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. A hot dog's not a sandwich. A sub is not a sandwich. Next week, Money in the Bank trivia, which I will be hosting. So I'm going to pull a Stone Cold Steve Austin from Judgment Day 98 and declare myself a winner.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain, I'm the world gone sad.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.